He missed 9 games last season, had 40 catches for 438 yards, and no touchdowns in 7 games in 2020. Now, they do still have Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, so their running game is
good.
Great. Yes. And then they have Traquan Smith, Deontay Harris, and Marcus Callaway as their wide receivers. But this is a big loss. Now, look, he's not going to be gone for the entire season.
No.
But he did miss significant time. He's coming off of surgery. This is going to be an interesting year for the Saints. And
it's not, it's funny, Joy. I was thinking about this yesterday. It's not a rebuilding year. It's a rebooting year.
Retooling.
Yeah, like the roster's still top 10 in the league. It's not as good as it was. They had to sell off parts, right? But in the end, it's a reboot. It's not a champion. First time in a decade, I don't consider them a Super Bowl team. It's a reboot. Like, by the way, New England last year, they weren't terrible. It was a reboot year for New England. This is a reboot year. You're not a Super Bowl team, but you could sneak your way into the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see them sneaking into the playoffs, but they don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be. Now, if they were going into the season like Jameis is our guy 100%, and we're just going to see what's going on with Taysom, or Taysom is our guy. Like, we don't know who the quarterback is going to be, so that's a big question. Yeah. And then as far as the entire energy and direction of the team, that means that's not going to be determined until training camp. So you have an entire offseason of unknowns in that situation. Now Michael Thomas is going to miss a few weeks. We don't even know how long. And when he does come back, he's going to be coming back off of injury. Now, I think he's going to be fine long-term, obviously, but there's a lot of questions there. Now, what does this mean? Well, this is all good news for Tom Brady.
I know.
Like, that's just what it comes down to.
It's ridiculous.
And I loved the Saints last year. I think they did a really good job of going all in on Drew Brees' last season. It didn't work out the way they wanted it to, obviously, but they were aggressive and put it all out there, and that's what they should do when your Hall of Fame quarterback is in his final stretch. Yeah. And now, to your point, they're retooling so that happens sometimes. But you have the Bucs at 13-4. I agree they're going to easily win this division.
I have the Saints at 9-8. So I have the Saints and the Vikings and the Cowboys and the Niners all at 9-8. But I have Dallas and the Niners getting in because of tiebreakers. So I have them in the hunt the last 2-3 weekends. So again, it's a reboot year. Like New England last year, I thought they'd be kind of like, a couple under 500.
Yeah, and I mean, if Cam hadn't gotten COVID, they would have had a few more wins, I think. So, and then having him to recover from it. But at the end of the day, as usual, it's good news for Tom Brady. God. So Texas and Oklahoma are on the verge of joining the SEC. The move has reportedly been in the works for at least 6 months and is almost done.
God, the SEC is I swear to God. You know why, Joy? Because it means more to them. Yeah. And when something means more to somebody, they go all in without hesitation. And in the South, college football's king. And the fact that they kept this quiet,
that's actually very impressive. In today's world, if you have the capability of keeping anything from leaking out, you're doing something right. Or you're dealing with very, very serious people.
If you were the athletic director of Texas.
Yeah, you could tell no one.
Okay, you had to have meetings with the SEC commissioner, and you could not call on the phone in your office. You probably had to have multiple Zooms. You're praying somebody who works at Zoom.com is not a Longhorn or an A&M Aggie. I mean, you had to go.
Yeah, you had to go deep.
I have a buddy that's a coach, a huge college basketball coach. He loves where he's at, and he's never going to leave. But years ago, he gave one school an opportunity to pitch him. He had to drive 2 hours from his hometown in a SUV and meet in a rest area, in a rural rest area with this massive booster. He gave him 30 minutes to pitch him. And they parked in, I know exactly where they parked. No, seriously. So this is the stuff that can you imagine doing this deal? If anybody found out, it'd blow it up.
Yeah. No, it's really remarkable, and that's funny. It's like the mob.
This has got to be one of those documentaries. Our Fox bosses have to do a documentary on this. I'd be fascinated.
This is a massive, this is a historic move. Now, they're expected to inform the Big 12 on Monday that they won't renew when the league's grant of rights expire in 2025. So this isn't happening immediately. Still a few years left on the deal, but it's happening. And I understand your point from yesterday that this is going to add Texas may not realize what they're getting into.
Oh, I don't think they do. I don't think they realize what they're getting into.
But the money is going to make that not matter.
That's right. But let me tell you something. A lot of people make money, and then 6 months into it, after the paychecks, every time I've gotten a raise, it matters for about 2 checks. You get a raise, and you're like, I'm going to go buy this. And then the bottom line is, do I like who I work with? Am I happy with my work environment? My dogs like me either way. That's all that matters. My wife likes me. So, you can get all that money in the SEC.
Yeah.
But just know that you're probably now the 6th best roster in that conference this morning, because Oklahoma's is better.
And you're joining a place, to your point, that really cares about this. So the pressure is now going to be turned up. There was pressure before, but now it's really going to matter because the expectations have now been raised.
Okay, Bama's got better players. Oklahoma's moving with you, has better players. A&M's got better players. Georgia's got better players. A&M,
yeah, I'm
Florida.
not worried about Oklahoma. I actually think
they'll be fine.
Oklahoma's going to be fine.
Yeah, Oklahoma, it'll be Alabama, another SEC big dog in Oklahoma. They'll be fine. It's the Texas. Are you ready to get in a fist fight? Because that's what the SEC is every day.
So Cleveland's Major League Baseball team has unveiled their new nickname and logo. They will now be known as the Guardians. The change will go into effect after the 2021 season. They released a video that we're showing now.
It's great, by the way. Tom Hanks is the narrator. It's fantastic.
Oh,
No, I am dead serious. It is really well done.
No, I actually love it. They've kept a lot of obviously the colors are the same. The writing is the same. And I like the logo. I am 100% for this.
Yeah.
It was
time
the worst. With the Washington football team, this logo was the absolute worst in all of sports.
Easily.
It is remarkable that it took this long.
Now, the Guardians, apparently there is some connection to bridges there, or a bridge, and people in Ohio know what it is. There's something about this bridge and Guardians, and I don't know what it is because I'm not from Cleveland, only been there once, but apparently that nickname resonates with people in Cleveland.
Well, I like the logo, and like I said, they didn't really change much of the actual aesthetic of anything except for that hideous logo and the name, obviously.
Listen, the name that matters is Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Cleveland's team. That's the name that matters, folks. It's the city name.
I'm not entertaining anybody that's upset about this, but things change, and it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine.
You're going to be fine.
You're going to be fine.
Joy of the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.